Now we are high and dry here at Miller Park in Milwaukee and looking forward to a Saturday night at the ballpark. Bruce Bochy and his Giants coming in yesterday. The Brewers winning 5-1 behind Giovanni Gallardo. Gallardo besting Matt Cain. But Bruce Bochy has his ball club playing very well. Second best record in the National League. And Bochy's lineup today is brought to you by Toyota. It's Rowan, Wynn, and Sandoval at the top of the order. Middle of the order is Molina, Shearholtz, and Renteria, with Ishikawa, Uribe, and Zito rounding it out. And that lineup will face Big Red. Seth McClung making his first start of the season, Rock.
And the U.S. Cellular scouting report. Yeah, pitch count's going to be an issue, so it's going to be important for Seth to be good with the strike zone early on. About 70 to 80 pitches. He threw up to 107 last year as a starter. Going to have to throw that curve slider and a changeup for strikes. Coming out of the bullpen, you can get away with 2 pitches, not as a starter. Good success last year in 12 starts, 4-4 for Seth.
And the defense behind Seth McClung, Ryan Braun, Mike Cameron, Corey Hart in the outfield. The infield is Bill Hall, J.J. Hardy, Casey McGee, and Prince Fielder. And a battery of Mike Rivera and Seth McClung. Defense brought to you by Menards.
Good numbers for Seth so far this year. A 3-1 record, a 324 earned run average. You know, because he's been a little bit more efficient with his pitches, strikeouts down just a bit. 27 strikeouts in 41 2/3 innings. Going to have to get some outs early in counts here tonight as a starter.
Calling balls and strikes tonight, the crew chief Joe West, and 31 years of major league experience. Base umpires are Ed Rapuano, Paul Schreiber, and Paul Nart. If there is need for a home run review, it'll be Joe West who makes that call. The Cerveceros, the Brewers in their Cerveceros jerseys, the Giants in their Gigantes jerseys tonight. And ready for the game's first pitch. Rowan swings away. And here we go. One pitch and a broken bat, just like that.
Aaron Rowan doing a pretty good job out of the leadoff spot for Bruce Bochy. Have been kind of struggling a bit. They put him at the top of the order, and he's produced.
Rowan hitting .300 as a leadoff hitter, comes in today batting .295 overall. Rowan has spent nearly half of the season as the Giants leadoff hitter. He was hitting near the bottom of the order when the Brewers saw the Giants last. First series of the season in San Francisco. Well, McClung with a big fastball and quickly to a ball and 2 strikes.
Now you would imagine that Seth's going to go with a few more 2-seamers than he does out of the bullpen. More of a power pitcher out of the bullpen. He can get it up to as high as 96. He's already thrown one in the first inning here at 94. Got to pace yourself if you're going to expect to get 5 innings.
Mike Rivera back in there behind the plate tonight. Now Rivera normally catches Dave Bush, but with Dave Bush going on the disabled list, he gets the call against Seth McClung this evening. Kendall will be a spectator for now, a position he is not very comfortable with. 2-2. Back in there with a fastball. Count remains at 2-2.
A bit of a lineup shakeup for the Brewers. You got Billy Hall at third base. You got Corey Hart in the leadoff spot. Ken Maka trying to shake it up with the left-hander out there tonight.
Got him. McClung strikes him out. And a good start for Big Red.
Now he's able to throw the curveball over. That's going to be an important pitch for him all night long. Perfect pitch right down the middle. Rowan not looking for that.
Now there's a term you hear concerning Seth McClung, and anytime you have a reliever moving into the starting rotation, you hear the phrase stretching him out. And McClung, his longest outing of the year is 3 1/3. He did that against the Florida Marlins, pitched well that day, 3 1/3 innings with 3 strikeouts. And it was that outing coupled with his outing against the Cleveland Indians when he went 2 1/3, that had Ken Maka thinking that McClung has earned the spot and has earned the right to get a chance in the starting rotation.
Yeah, perhaps his most versatile pitcher out of the bullpen. You can put him in a setup spot. You can pitch him in long relief and give him a start like tonight. McClung will surprise you. If he's pitching well, he could probably give you 100 pitches.
Little soft liner into left. That's going to fall. A base hit. Randy Wynn singles. And the Giants with a base runner here in the first inning.
And that's what makes Seth McClung so valuable out of the bullpen. He can do so many things for you. It looked like a two-seamer that stayed up in the zone a little bit on the outside corner, but Randy Wynn able to serve it into left field.
Now 1 out, base runner at first, and the Giants' best hitter, Pablo Sandoval, steps in. 22-year-old switch hitter who homered yesterday in his 9th home run against Giovanni Gallardo. Comes in 4th in the National League in batting to start play. .335 batting average. On base percentage at .387.
Tough guy to walk. Taking a first inning fastball from Giovanni Gallardo over the fence in left field, so he can hit the ball to all field. A free swinger.
The only run that Gallardo allowed last night. The Brewers winning 5-1 over the Giants. Sandoval pops it up. Hardy back in the grass. And he'll make the call and the catch for out number 2. Now, one thing about Seth McClung, and you hear from Ken Maka, and he talks about how McClung has earned the right to get the chances in the starting rotation right now. McClung would prefer to start. He likes the rhythm of starting, but he knows his role and he'll do whatever he's asked. And while Ken Maka did not necessarily want to take him away from that bullpen because he is so versatile, he said it almost felt like punishment by not giving him a chance to start here tonight.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's done everything that Maka has asked of him and done it very well. And performed much better in the starting rotation last year than he did out of the bullpen. So Seth has shown his ability to make adjustments. He's pitched well out of the pen. Let's see how he does tonight.
Facing Benji Molina with 2 outs. Pitch count will be key for McClung tonight. We'll be keeping a close eye on his pitch count. Maka would love to get 5 innings out of him, but that pitch limit is going to be somewhere around 75 to 85 pitches here tonight.
Now, because of the great start by Giovanni Gallardo last night, 7 2/3 innings, Ken Maka only had to use 2 pitchers last night. Todd Coffey for a third of an inning, and Carlos Villanueva finished it off.
Excellent numbers for Gallardo last night in 119 pitches, 9 strikeouts, and able to go 7 2/3 innings against the Giants. Wynn takes off. Molina fouls it away. Well, he came as advertised last night. It was a tremendous pitching matchup. Gallardo against Kane, and Gallardo outpitched Matt Cain last night for his 8th win.
Had his best curveball of the year last night. A power curveball, got a lot of strikeouts out with it. Coming into his start, he's been having a problem walking batters, but did not walk a batter through 6 2/3. Got a bit tired. Ended up with 3 walks.
Gallardo now 8-4 for the season. His earned run average dipping under 3. Another 1-2 to Molina. Broken bat grounded to Prince. And a good start for McClung. 16 pitches. Surrenders just the 1 hit.
En el jardín derecho tenemos a Corey Hart. En el campo corto tenemos a J.J. Hardy. Y en el jardín izquierdo tenemos a Ryan Brown. En la primera base tenemos a Prince Fielder. Y en la segunda base tenemos a Casey McGee. Y en el center field, jardín central, tenemos a Mike Cameron. Y en la receptoría tenemos a Mike Rivera. Y en la tercera base tenemos a Billy Hall. El lanzador de hoy sería el nombre de Seth McClung. Su primera iniciativa de este año de la temporada para él como lanzador abridor. Que disfruten del juego este día y que la pasen muy bien.
Bill Castro, Brewers pitching coach, helping us out on Cerveceros Day with the Toyota starting lineup. Did you get all that, Rock?
I did, except for the last part of it.
Saying Seth McClung in the lineup, making his first start. And he says he's going to do just fine.
Yeah. I know what muy bien means, but beyond that.
Barry Zito for the Giants. And Corey Hart on the second pitch pops it up. Sandoval in foul territory has got it for the out. All right, well, how about the U.S. Cellular scouting report in English? Por favor?
Yeah, I'm going to have to do it in English. I can't help you out in Spanish. But, you know, Barry Zito pitching much better. He's won 3 of his last 4 after losing 4 straight. Got that big overhand curveball. Fastball in the mid-80s. To go along with a slider and a changeup. He's given up 8 home runs in his last 7 starts. But he only gave up 16 home runs in all of 2008.
Well, Zito pitched for Ken Maka in Oakland. Maka's years as the Athletics skipper. Zito's Cy Young year was with Art Howe as manager. Maka was on Art Howe's coaching staff that year. That was back in '02. Three-time All-Star Barry Zito with the Oakland A's. And Maka had him in his rotation all 4 years as the skipper of the Athletics. Certainly knows how valuable he can be. It's been a struggle, however, for Zito in San Francisco, but Giants fans hoping this year is the year that Zito has finally put some things together. 4-7 record, an earned run average of 4.5, and he strikes out J.J. Hardy for out number 2.
It's amazing to look at his numbers as an American leaguer. 102 wins, 63 losses, ERA at 3.55, and really hasn't had near the success, or any for that matter, in the National League in 2 years. He's lost 30 ball games while winning 21.
Yep. And in 7 seasons with Oakland, Barry Zito had a 500 or better record every season. Has had 2 losing seasons with the Giants, and is 4-7 this year. Ryan Braun with 2 outs. Braun comes in with 53 runs batted in, 16 homers, and a .321 batting average. Braun had 2 RBIs last night on 2 hits. Had a double and a single, 2 for 4 at the plate with 2 driven in. Fielder and Braun representing 3 of the 5 runs for the Brewers last night. And Gallardo taking care of his business on the mound. That is pretty good trifecta of great young talent for this Milwaukee franchise. Braun and Fielder and Gallardo, guys who are going to be here for a while.
A good way to start this series against the Giants. Perhaps, I mean, arguably, maybe the best pitcher for the Giants last night, Matt Cain. Yovani Gallardo outpitched him. Cain's been virtually unhittable.
Now, Cain came in with the 2nd best ERA in the National League. Suffered only his 2nd loss of the year last night to the Brewers. 1-2 to count to Braun. And he flies one slicing foul into the seats. There was a lot of talk yesterday on who was going to be the Giants starter tomorrow. And Tim Lincecum was a possibility, but Bruce Bochy and the Giants have decided to let Tim Lincecum start against the Cardinals on Monday in St. Louis. And Ryan Sadowski will be called up from AAA Fresno to make his Major League debut here against the Brewers tomorrow.
I don't think anybody here is upset about that decision. Let him start against the Cardinals.
The 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Of course, the track record for the Brewers against guys making their major league debuts this year has not been all that great. Sadowski, a control pitcher, sinker slider. Jeff Suppan on the mound tomorrow for Milwaukee.
26-year-old Sadowski making his debut tomorrow against the veteran Suppan. 2-2. And Zito strikes out Braun. 3 up, 3 down inning with a pair of strikeouts for Barry Zito. Money at Menards. By your Metro Milwaukee Toyota dealers. And by Oneida. Get yourself in the game. Play slots, table games, and bingo at Oneida Casino. Fun is our game. Back at the ballpark. Beautiful Miller Park on a Saturday night. Overcast night here in Milwaukee. And Seth McClung back at work in the second. Nate Shearholtz leads off. He'll be followed by Edgar Renteria, then Travis Ishikawa. McClung giving up a single in the first inning. Had a strikeout as well. Shearholtz with a second Giants hit. Giants with 72 wins last year. And already with 39 this year. They are 6 games over 500. Shearholtz has gotten a lot of playing time here lately. And if he continues to get his hits, he is going to continue to stay in this lineup because, frankly, Rock, this Giants lineup is in desperate need of some offensive punch.
Yeah, they have not been able to do much offensively. Last in all of baseball in home runs. They're near the bottom in runs scored. And one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball. So, yeah, whoever's swinging the bat well is going to get in there in that lineup.
Edgar Renteria back in the lineup tonight. He sat yesterday. It was Juan Uribe who got the start at short. Renteria, big offseason acquisition for the Giants this year after spending last season in Detroit. Renteria now 33 years of age. He's been in the big league since he was 20. Came up with the Marlins at 20 years of age, spent 6 years in St. Louis. Was in Boston for a season, Atlanta for 2 seasons, and last year he was with the Tigers.
Yeah, you would think he's a lot older than 33 as long as he's been around. Seems like he's been around forever. Got a couple of days off. He'd been struggling a bit, hitting under 250, hadn't been able to drive in many runs.
270 hitter last year in the American League with 10 homers, 55 runs batted in, but this guy is a 5-time All-Star and will be forever linked with Craig Counsell as part of one of the greatest moments in World Series history. A walk-off World Series winning hit for Renteria that scored Craig Counsell in that '97 World Series. Counsell quick to point out, though, it was his sacrifice fly that forced extra innings.
Yeah, allowed Renteria to be the hero.
Yeah, he set him up. Runner takes off. Renteria bolts one to left, and that one's going to be off the wall. Shearholt stopped for a moment and can only advance to third base.
Well, that was a nice job by Ryan Braun, putting a deke on out there in left field. Shearholt thought he was going to catch it because Ryan stopped, put his glove up, and played it beautifully off the wall. That's why Shearholt's had to stay at third base. A beautiful deke in left field by Ryan Braun. He's starting to learn the idiosyncrasies of left field. That deke, that holding the glove up and looking back toward the infield, kept Shearholt from scoring. Good job.
It stopped Shearholt's dead in his tracks around second base, and only able to advance to third, so possibly saving a run for the time being. But the Giants, with two in scoring position, nobody out for Travis Ishikawa. The Giants have lost 5 straight games here at Miller Park, going back to last season, and 15 of their last 18 games here at Miller Park. The Brewers hoping that trend continues, trying to keep pace with the Cardinals in the Central. There's a little flare that is going to fall, a base hit. Shearholtz will score, and the Giants are on the board first tonight.
Well, a lot of fastballs by Seth McClung so far in the first inning plus. He's thrown a few curveballs, off-speed pitches, but only when he's been ahead in the count. He's going to have to change that up a bit. Got to throw that curveball early in the count, maybe flip one up there for a strike first pitch. And so far, the Giants doing a nice job using the opposite field. 3 of the 4 hits coming from left-handed batters into left field.
3 consecutive hits here in the second, and a run is in. Runners at the corners. And here's Juan Uribe. Uribe got the start at short yesterday, had a hit. Veteran middle infielder.
And another free swinger. Sandoval, Uribe, tough guys to walk. But they both walked yesterday. I bet that hasn't happened too much.
Ground ball, base hit, and another run is in. So Uribe, a well-positioned ground ball in between the hole at first and second, and another opposite field hit as the second run in.
Really, only one ball has been hit all that really hard, but that was by Renteria, that double. Shearholtz, Ishikawa, now Uribe using the opposite field against McClung. That pitch looked like a slider, a changeup, something off speed. Uribe able to wait back and just roll run into right field.
Two to nothing Giants. 4 straight hits to start the inning. And McClung will have to reach back here. Barry Zito is the batter. Zito 2 hits in 21 at-bats this year. Up there to bunt, most likely. He squares, and that one gets away from Rivera. And the runners advance. See how they score that one.
Well, it was down and in. Rivera reached for it, but I'm not sure if he got leather on it or not.
Well, not a good second inning here for McClung. 4 straight hits, now a wild pitch. Zito trying to give the Brewers an out with a bunt. Instead, the runners advance on the misfire.
Now, one thing you notice is all the fastballs by Seth McClung. I mean, he's not working out of the bullpen tonight, so you got to mix it up. You just can't continue to fire fastballs one after the other. You got to keep them all balanced, mix in a slider early in the count, curveball.
Ishikawa at third base, Uribe now at second. And now McClung needing a strikeout against the Giants pitcher. I'm sure that's what Bill Castro had to say. You know, you strike Zito out, and then you call it even, right? You're going to sacrifice bunt, give you an out, move the runners up, and then you go to work against the top of the order. And Zito just lays the bat on it. That is a foul ball. Boy, that would have been big, big damage.
And another fastball. Zito able to get a bat on it. Nearly hit it double down the line. We're outfield about as shallow as you'll ever see a major league outfield, even for a pitcher. Ryan Braun, Cameron very shallow. Corey Hart a little bit deeper in right. A lot of room in right center.
And a ground ball to Fielder. Ishikawa holds his ground. So McClung gets Zito. And a big out for the first out of the inning. And back to the top of the order.
Yeah, good curveball. Got to throw more of those. You sit in that dugout. If you're the Giants, you watch the pattern that both Rivera and McClung have established. You got to switch it up right here, right now.
Rowan has hit for some power this year. The Giants don't hit many home runs. But the three power threats they have is Rowan, Sandoval, and Molina. Rowan with 8 homers, 33 runs batted in. Took the collar last night. He was 0 for 4, which dropped his batting average under 300. Little flare, right field line, slicing foul. Boy, a couple of close calls down each line. And the count quickly 0-2 on Rowan.
Able to get in on Rowan. That's the second time that he's jammed him badly. Good fastball inside part of the plate.
Tried to get him to chase. Ball and 2 strikes. McClung could use a strikeout here. Giants with runners at second and third. Just 1 out. 2 runs already in.
That's a good pitch right there. Almost had Rowan chasing it. Good curveball down around the ankles. It's a good take by the Giants right-hander.
Rowan's been in that leadoff spot since May 20th. And a .338 batting average has the Giants leadoff hitter. It's been a tough out. Wouldn't chase. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Got a base open at first. But a dangerous hitter coming up in Randy Wen. And you'd like to get through this inning without having to face Sandoval. Full count, 1 away. Got him. Finally chased one. McClung goes up the ladder with a big fastball.
Yep, 4-seamer at 93 miles an hour. Aaron Rowan knew a fastball was coming and couldn't lay off a high one. Good pitch by Seth McClung. It was ball 4, but Rowan went after it.
And now a chance to get out of this inning with no more damage for McClung. Randy went up there with runners at second and third and 2 outs. When singling his last time up. Curveball hit in the air, and McClung is going to get out of it. Well, the Giants have to be kicking themselves. McClung does a job. He strands 2, allows only 2. Ryan Braun suite for a game. Log on to Brewers.com to find out more. Vote early, vote often, and vote Brewers now through July 2nd at Brewers.com. Prince Fielder set to lead off for the Brew Crew here in the 2nd inning. He'll be followed by Casey McGee, then Mike Cameron. 2-0 Giants. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Giants in the top of this frame. Boy, damage could have been a whole lot worse against Seth McClung, who did a nice job to rally there.
And a good curveball by Seth to get Randy Wynn on the first pitch. Like to see Seth throwing that off-speed stuff early in the count.
Fielder pops it up. Zito has shown good command already, which is a key for him and for anybody else for that matter, but especially for Zito, who relies on his big curveball, his signature pitch.
And they throw that for a strike. He's got a changeup and a slider to go with it. He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning in his last start against Texas. I mean, that's a pretty good hitting ball club.
Zito coming off a win against the Rangers. His last time out, the Giants swept the Texas Rangers, then took 2 out of 3 from Oakland to start this road trip. There's that big curveball from Zito in there for a strike against McGee. McGee coming in batting .340. 3 homers, 16 driven in. McGee leads all National League rookies in batting average to start the day. Brian Hannigan is second at a .325 clip, while McGee comes in batting .340 this year.
You remember, Casey McGee didn't have too many at-bats the first 6 weeks of the season. Ricky Weeks healthy. Billy Hall was the everyday third baseman. It was hard to find Casey McGee an opportunity to even get a pinch hitting opportunity. But that's all changed.
Two pitch to McGee. A little bouncer over to third. Sandoval got a nice big hop. And a good throw gets him. 2 outs. 5 in a row to start this game, retired by Zito.
It's amazing the home run problems that Zito has had in his last couple of starts. Actually, His last 7 starts, he's given up 8 home runs. He's really, even when he struggled last year, didn't give up any home runs. I guess one of the reasons was the ballpark that he pitches in San Francisco doesn't give up too many, particularly to right-handed batters. And he's given up 10, and 8 of those in his last 7 starts.
Pitching coach Dave Righetti keeping a close eye on Zito. Zito is in the 3rd year of a 7-year deal with San Francisco. He got a huge contract after the 06 season. He was a 16-game winner in 06. That was Ken Maka's last year as the Oakland manager. Zito was 16-10 with a .383 earned run average. Led the American League in starts that year. Cameron rips one to left, but right at Randy Wynn. And the side retired. So the Brewers have gone in order in the first 2 innings. 2-0 Giants. We head. American, huge selection, real service, the low price guaranteed. We head to the 3rd inning from Miller Park. Pablo Sandoval leads off for the Giants as McClung back on the mound, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits in the 2nd inning. Not only was it important to stop the Giants at just 2 runs last inning, but McClung retiring Randy Wynn, leaving Sandoval in the on-deck circle. One of the best hitters in the National League. And Sandoval hammers that one deep right center field. This is way back and out of here. Wow. Big fly from Sandoval. Number 10 on the season. Sandoval's 2nd home run in as many games.
Yeah, that's why that out to Randy Wynn was so important. That guy can hit. He can flat out hit. You don't have to throw him strikes for him to hurt you. Fastball up. It doesn't matter to him. That's the way he gets on top of that high fastball. Rides it way back in right center. So rough start to this one for Seth McClung. Already 40 pitches. Nobody out in the 3rd inning.
Sandoval now tied for the club high in homers with 10. Giants don't hit many home runs. It's only their 46th home run of the year. The bouncer over to Hall. Nice pickup by Billy. Plenty of time with Molina, and 1 away here in the 3rd inning. He's fun to watch. He's just 22 years of age.
And the thing that surprised the Giants is his ability to play 3rd base. He's played a good 3rd base this year. He's only made 5 errors. Watch this guy in spring training. You talk to the coaches and the folks around his ball club. They say they're not worried about his bat, whether he's going to be able to play enough defense, and he certainly has.
Well, the Giants thought he might emerge as a catcher in the big leagues. They've found a home for him at third base. Shearholtz flies out, and 2 quick outs after the Sandoval home run. Giants have been a big surprise in the National League this year, doing all they can to keep pace with the Dodgers. The Giants opened the day 8 games behind Los Angeles. Dodgers won last night. 8 games back in second place, but their 39-33 record, good enough for the second best mark in the National League. Los Angeles 22 games over 500, and soon to be getting Manny Ramirez back in their lineup. July 3rd will be the date Ramirez is eligible to return.
Yeah, right now playing down in the minor leagues with AAA Albuquerque. Brewers should see him.
Yeah, they'll get 2 doses of Manny Ramirez. The Dodgers are in here on July 10th, and then the Brewers go to Los Angeles in August. Three to nothing San Francisco. They got 2 in the second. Sandoval's home run added to the lead as McClung tries to work through this third inning. 2 outs and a 2-2 count to Renteria. 3-2. Renteria doubled off the wall back in the second inning and scored the second Giants run. Lost him. 2-out walk. Renteria is aboard. And another base runner for San Francisco. The first walk issued by McClung.
Yeah, clearly off the outside corner. Good take by Renteria. Well, he's been on base 2 times.
.50 pitches for McClung. And here's Travis Ishikawa. Singled home a run his last time up last inning. A breaking ball strike. I think McClung is changed his approach a little bit here from in the first inning, maybe trying to see how far he can go, keep his fastball in a comfortable position, 90 to 92 miles an hour. His last couple of innings he has had to reach back and kind of looks like a reliever in a game at this point.
Yeah, once you have your back to the wall, I mean, you go back to what's natural for you. You tried to come out, as you mentioned, try to conserve a little bit of energy, not throw as hard, but that wasn't working for him. After the first inning, that just didn't work. So like anybody, you find yourself in trouble, you go back to what got you there.
Ishikawa lines out. The inning is over, but the Giants tack one on. Sandoval homers in his second straight game. 3-0 San Francisco.
For just $36, get a Lowe's infield ticket to one of 8 select Brewers games and a $25 Potawatomi Bingo Casino Restaurant gift card. You have to be 21 or older to dine in the restaurant. Call 902-4000 or go to brewers.com/Potawatomi.
Mike Rivera leads off for the Brewers. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Milwaukee down 3-0 to San Francisco. And Zito throwing a lot of strikes. He's thrown 25 pitches thus far, 17 of those 25 for strikes.
And throwing all of his pitches for strikes. He's thrown some pretty good sliders. Hasn't thrown too many of those big overhand curveballs.
Rivera tomahawks one deep left field. This is way back. And it is off the wall. And a big bounce, and Rivera into second base will hold up there with a double. Break out the axe. Mike Rivera, a neck-high pitch that he almost sends out of here.
Boy, about mid-80s on the fastball. If you're going to swing at a high fastball and it's going to be that high up, it better not have much on it. And Zito doesn't throw very hard. Rivera almost getting one out of here for his first of the year. Top of the wall. Wind might have got a glove on it. And a good decision by Rivera to not try to go to third base.
So the first hit for the Brewers comes from Mike Rivera, a leadoff double, and here is Bill Hall.
That pitch from Zito that Rivera tomahawked was even higher than the one that Sandoval hit from Seth McClung. Sandoval picked on a high fastball, but not nearly as high up as the one Rivera just banged off the wall.
Hall has 2 hits in his career against Barry Zito, 2 for 4 at the plate. One of those hits a home run, and it was a grand slam home run against Zito. No balls, 2 strikes.
I remember that home run that Billy hit, hanging curveball way back and left. Billy always has handled left-handers pretty well, but having a tough time with them this year.
Ken Maka trying to find spots for Hall in the starting lineup and picking his spots against pitchers he's had some success against. Maka is just desperate to find some kind of spark offensively from Bill Hall. And Ken Maka is saying, you know, Hall, he's been working at it, and he likes what he sees. You know, he's basically trying to overhaul his swing in the middle of a season.
That's almost impossible to do. But it's all about results at this level. You got to get it done.
And for that reason, Maka has had to pick his spots where to put Hall in the lineup. Hall's been working a lot of hours with Dale Swain, the Brewers hitting coach.
As we talked about, I mean, his attitude has been very good all throughout. Dale works with each one of the hitters. Every one of them has something different that they have to focus in on, and Billy just trying to find a way to feel comfortable at the plate. Try to find a way that he can get the barrel of the bat on the baseball. And those are pitches that a few years ago Billy Hall driving into the gap in right center. I mean, fastballs 85 to 87 from Zito. A couple of them right down the middle. You just Billy just a tick behind him.
Pitcher coming up next. And Hall takes a changeup. Good take for Billy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Check that, 1 and 2. That's a pretty good seat up there, huh?
You need binoculars.
Wow. Zito strikes out Hall.
That's the pitch I'm talking about right there. That fastball right down the middle, a little bit up in the zone. That one clocked at 87. and Billy just behind it. Not sure if he's looking off speed, getting fooled by the fastball, what it is, or pitches he should be driving somewhere.
Well, a key out for Zito with a runner at second. And now facing the pitcher, Seth McClung. McClung is 0 for 4 at the plate this year. In his career, he is 5 for 24. His first 2 major league hits came against Randy Johnson while pitching for the Diamondbacks last year.
Somebody was playing a joke on Seth when everybody got to the ballpark today. The lineup that was posted on the board right by the door as you enter had Seth batting 7th today.
I mean, you got to get a bat like that up in the order, you're saying.
He takes his hitting very seriously, does McClung.
He has plenty of power. I can attest to that. Squaring up on a pitch he can handle is another story. But if he gets a hold of one, he has Adam Dunn type power. We've seen him hit one in the dudek more than once in batting practice. A little bouncer. That is a foul ball, not by much. Ed Rapuano right on the call. That one missed the line by inches.
That's the spot right there. If you make a mistake to McClung down in the zone, he's got a chance to hit it hard somewhere. Anything at the belt and up, he's got a tough time catching up to him. But Zito got that fastball down, and Seth nearly got himself a double. Just barely foul as it got by first base. It bounced first. It doesn't have to bounce fair past the bag if it bounces first. Pretty close.
And McClung into left center. Rowan's got it for out number 2. Well, now the Brewers are going to need a 2-out hit.
You know, Ken Mockett sits in a dugout before batting practice and has the media around him asking questions. First question was, why do you have McClung batting 7th? He says, I do. He's not batting 7th.
That was a phantom lineup.
Yeah, nobody's sure who put that one up.
So here's Corey Hart with Rivera still at second base. A leadoff double. The Brewers unable to advance Rivera to third as Hall struck out. And now Zito a chance to get out of the inning. Zito went 7 innings against the Rangers his last time out. Gave up just 2 hits and 2 runs, and he struck out 8. A very powerful lineup with the Texas Rangers, and he held them in check. See his last 3 starts. Struggled against the Angels, took the loss in that one, but Zito's actually won 3 of his last 4. Wins against the Rangers, the Diamondbacks, and the Marlins. Ball and 2 strikes to Hart, and Zito wants to start over with Benji Molina.
Yeah, one of the issues for Zito since he's been a member of the Giants has been run support. This year, the Giants have scored 3 or less runs in 13 of 14 starts so far.
Corey Hart on a hop to Renteria, and the side retired, and the Brewers cannot score a leadoff double from Mike Rivera.
summary, some good opposite field hitting by the Giants. They put up 2 runs in the second on 4 hits, and 3 of those came to the opposite field. Good job of hitting, not bad pitches at times, and Pablo Sandoval in the 3rd inning to lead off. A high fastball way back into the Thunder territory seats out there. 3-0 Giants as we start things here in the 4th.
And for the Giants, it'll be Uribe, Zito, then back to the top of the order. 3 runs on 6 Giants hits. The Brewers get a leadoff double in the bottom of the 3rd from Mike Rivera and cannot score him. And McClung ready to work in his 4th inning. His pitch count is at 54. When McClung made his first start of the year last year, similar talk was going on and how much he'd be able to give you. He actually went 5 innings for the Brewers in his first start of the season last season. That was against the Washington Nationals. Went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs, and McClung stayed in the starting rotation for about a month before he went back to the bullpen. Did a pretty good job in the rotation as well. He had 1 bad game against the Atlanta Braves last season when he gave up 6 earned runs in 4+ innings. Other than that, though, McClung pitched well in the starting rotation. A spot that he'd like to hang on to pending the return of Manny Parra at some point, or the return of Dave Bush from the disabled list.
And it's all about having confidence with your breaking pitches to throw them early in the count. That's the key for any pitcher, particularly a guy like McClung, who throws hard. Hitters go up there looking fastball. If you could throw something else or strike one, and that's no surprise. That goes for any pitcher. You're going to have success. Had a tough time with that in the first couple innings.
McClung has allowed 6 hits and a walk. 2-2 to Juan Uribe. Didn't chase the breaking ball. 3-2 the count. Uribe singled and scored. Excuse me, singled and drove in a run in the second. Drove in that second Giants run. Cardinals won earlier today. St. Louis beat the Twins 5-3. Beating Kevin Slowey, a 10-game winner this year. Uribe chased one. And a strikeout for McClung.
Well, here it is, hit it. Pitch out of the strike zone, and Uribe, as we mentioned, doesn't walk too much. Swings right through it.
3rd strikeout for McClung. And now Zito. Both teams wearing the jerseys with the Spanish version of their names, the Gigantes and the Cerveceros. Cerveceros, the closest thing to Brewers. Honoring Hispanic ball players. Well, Braun was shallow, now backing up, and he's got it for the out. Zito twice has hit one sharply to the opposite field, and his first time up it went foul. This time almost went over the head of Ryan Braun.
Well, able to come back, never took his eyes off the baseball and hauls it in. Reaches up and gets the out. Chances of Zito hitting one over your head, not nearly as great as dropping one in front of you. That's why the Brewer outfield very shallow. You take your chances. If he hits one over your head, tip your hat.
So 2 quick outs for Seth McClung. And it's Aaron Rowan back to the top of the order. McClung has struck out Aaron Rowan twice. 2 of his 3 punch outs. Three to nothing Giants. They got 2 in the second and a home run from Sandoval in the 3rd. White Sox came back to beat the Cubs today, Rob. That was quite a ball game on the south side today.
And that went back and forth a few times.
Scott Pasetnik had 4 hits today. Sox got a run in the 8th to tie and a run in the 9th to win. They beat the Cubs 8-7. Cubs are now under 500, 35-36 for the season. Pujols hit 2 more home runs today for the Cardinals, by the way. He's got 28 home runs this year.
My goodness.
How about that? What a season he's having. 2-2. And that one just missed. Boy, McClung wanted that call from Joe West. And McClung wisely says, Country Joe, my fault.
Yeah, that
I
wasn't a
done
strike. That wasn't a strike. It was off the corner. No umpire is going to give you that pitch. Not close enough. You don't want to get Joe upset.
And McClung walks him. Second walk issued by McClung. Both have come with 2 outs. And that leads us to our Subway trivia question. Which Wisconsin-born former major leaguer in the ballpark finished his 12-year career with 1 home run? Played 12 years. He's in the ballpark and he had 1 home run.
And he's from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin born. That's a good one.
I know it.
All right.
Should have won a Gold Glove, but didn't.
Is that right?
A couple of them. Great defender. Second baseman.
How do we know he's in the ballpark?
I saw him today.
Okay.
He might have left, but I saw him at one point today.
Randy Wynn with 2 outs. There's a lot of people in this ballpark. Around 40,000, as a matter of fact.
He's in the press box.
Ah. Now, Randy Wynn, opposite field hit back in the first inning, flew out with 2 on in the second. And if the Brewers do come back to win this game, that'll be the key out for Seth McClung. Six hits and 2 walks for the Giants thus far. And a breaking ball. Good one from McClung.
Yeah, that's the pitch that they're able to get Wynn on in that inning, that second inning. Good curveball. A good spin, straight down, and Wynn swings right through it. It's a good pitch. That is a pitch that, as a catcher, you just need to force him to throw. Because when it's working for him, he's pretty tough to hit.
Chris Smith beginning to loosen in the bullpen. McClung getting near that limit. He's at 74 pitches now. In his first start of the season. Fastball, Wynn didn't chase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McClung was quick to point out, talking about pitch count and innings he can work. He said, I'm a big, strong boy from West Virginia. I'll go all day if I have to. He is big, no doubt. 6'6", 250.
Big and strong. He'll take the ball every single day. He doesn't need many days off. Really hasn't had an easy inning.
Well, with a 3-2 count, Rowan is going to get a head start at first. 2 outs. Sandoval would be next. There goes Rowan. Wynn pops it up, and Braun is there. And McClung is going to get out of it. So another runner left. The Giants have stranded 5. They lead 3-0. Hardy. Fielder. Subway trivia tonight. Which Wisconsin-born former major leaguer in the ballpark finished his 12-year career with 1 homer? Dwayne Kuiper. Now that is a good question.
Yeah.
Wonder where Dwayne Kuiper is. There he is.
Told you he was here.
Kuiper. He's from the Racine area, he told me.
Sturtevant,
But
Wisconsin.
you had him in Sturtevant, right?
Well, that's where he says he's from.
Right. One of the great voices of the Giants.
It's like, you know, growing up in New Berlin, and
Sure.
where do you tell people out in California where you're from? Milwaukee.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm with you. He's got a lot of friends and family here. 16th season as a Giants announcer. Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow make up their television team. As Hardy pops it up to left field. And Zito has the first man out here in the 4th. We have a good time with those Giants announcers, don't we?
They're good guys. Really
Dave
good
Fleming,
guys. Yep.
Fleming, young radio broadcaster.
John Miller ordinarily here, but he's doing a game, tomorrow night, right?
He's doing a national game tomorrow. So the Milwaukee trip didn't happen for John Miller.
You can always, when you see that man right there, you will always see a baseball with him.
Mike Krukow.
The best.
And that's Dave Fleming.
Now you get home after a game, and when the Giants are home or on the West Coast, you dial up your MLB package, and love listening to those two guys. Just a couple of ball players talking baseball.
Well, Braun batting with 1 away. Brewers trying to get something going against Zito. They had a leadoff double to start the 3rd inning from Mike Rivera, but could not score him. Matter of fact, could not advance him. Zito's been good tonight, despite a lot of struggles here at Miller Park in his career.
That's a good slider. Really is. That's the pitch that he struck Brawny out his first time up.
And throws it this time on a 2-0 count. A lot of strikes from Zito. Braun lines one down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to go to the wall. And Ryan Braun into second base with a double. Got a 2-1 pitch he can handle, and the Brewers have their second hit.
Now uses that big long bat. Zito tried to get the fastball by him on the inside corner. That pitch wasn't even a strike. That's how quick that guy is. Ryan Braun, boy oh boy. Mid-80s fastball, not going to get by Ryan Braun. Rips it down the line for a 1-out double.
Just has a great knack to keep that ball fair. There are a lot of guys who will take that inside pitch and yank it foul.
Uses a big, long, heavy bat and handles it very well.
Now Fielder. Braun and Fielder combining for 122 RBIs this year. The top duo in all of baseball. Ibanez and Ryan Howard are second with 116. Braun's driven in 53. Fielder is second in the league with 69. Fielder is in the top 6 in the National League in home runs, walks, RBIs, on base percentage. Shallow fly ball as Renteria makes a catch.
And Ryan, or I should say Prince Fielder, with 69 RBIs, and this is game 75. That's a pretty good RBI to at-bat game ratio right there. That's a pretty good start to your season.
0 for 2 against Zito, however. And now 2 outs. And it's Casey McGee. McGee grounded out his last time up. And Zito starts with a curve high. Casey getting the start at second base tonight. He started at third the last 2 games. Appearing in his 39th game of the year. And 16 runs batted in. His on base percentage is just shy of 400. Braun's at second. McGee trying to put the Brewers on the board and wake up a large crowd here at Miller Park. They haven't had much to cheer about yet.
Now Zito now with a curveball, and pitch before that a changeup. McGee got ahead of him 1-0. Then Zito throws a changeup for a called strike, and then that big lollipop curveball for the swing and miss.
McGee into center field. Rowan back at the track. He's got it for the out. Casey just missed it. And the inning ends, and the Brewers come up empty again against Zito. 4 shutout for the left-hander.
start of the season. Back on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Tip it off at 12:30 with Brewers Live, followed by Major League debut for the Giants against Jeff Suppan. Suppan been throwing the baseball pretty well since his first 2 starts of the season.
Suppan against Ryan Sadowski tomorrow, as the roof is closing here at Miller Park. There were a lot of thunderstorms around the Milwaukee County area, Waukesha County as well, so they're not going to take any chances. They close it up, and the line is closed for Seth McClung tonight as well. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts for McClung. And Sandoval hits one high in the air to right. Chris Smith on his first pitch. Sandoval's hit his 2nd home run. Boy, this guy's something else. 4-0 Giants, as Sandoval has now hit 3 homers in the series.
Well, he's something else. We talked about you don't have to throw him strikes. How about that pitch? A slider down and in. Not many guys are going to hit that ball that hard. You might be able to hit it, get a base hit, but able to go down. You saw the way he bent his knees, went down for it, and drove it on out of here. Some kind of hitter.
Well, the hole just got a little deeper. First career multi-home run game for Sandoval.
How do you hit a first pitch slider in that location out of the ballpark? I mean, who goes up there and looks for that pitch?
His approach is simple. See ball, hit ball.
Yeah, I don't think he looks for anything particularly up there. He just sees it, as you mentioned, and tries to put a good swing on it, because that was a pretty good pitch. Wasn't even a strike. Maybe that's the way to get him out. Throw him strikes.
Yeah, throw it right down the middle, huh? 4-0 Giants. Sandoval with 2 homers. He now has 11 for the season. Molina reaches out, and it'll be Braun who makes the catch. 1 away. So Chris Smith greeted rudely by Sandoval, appearing in his 7th game for the Brewers.
Now, he was a closer down in Nashville. Had 12 saves, a 1.38 earned run average, 35 strikeouts in 32 2/3 innings down in AAA. Got called up on June 4th.
Nate Shear holds for the Giants with 1 away. Shear holds tonight is 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Flew out to left in the 3rd. Smith getting a good look this year by the Brewers. They picked him up from the Red Sox. Signed as a free agent with Milwaukee this winter, and they weren't really sure what to do with him this spring. Smith, during spring training with the AAA ball club, was stretching out to maybe start games. Then it was thought, well, we'll use him in middle relief. Don Money and Chris Bosio, manager and pitching coach in Nashville in AAA. Well, it was Smith who emerged as a closer, and he just kept getting out, and he's kind of doing it the Trevor Hoffman way. He has a very good changeup, and has been effective here in the big leagues.
Yep, he sinks it, works both sides of the plate pretty well. The slider that Sandoval hit out, but not too many guys going to hit that pitch out of the ballpark. It's kind of a night that Ken Maka was anticipating, using a lot of the guys in his bullpen. They certainly didn't expect Seth McClung to go much further than 5 innings.
McClung gives him 4. Meanwhile, the Brewer bats, silenced by Barry Zito. Only 2 hits for Milwaukee thus far against Zito. There's a good fastball. Well placed fastball on the outside corner. Shearholtz is gone. First strikeout for Smith.
Yeah, watch the sink on that pitch as it gets to home plate, right on the outside corner. And Shearholtz just waves at it.
And when you have as good of a changeup as Smith does, you can blow an 88-mile-an-hour fastball by a big league hitter. It's all about change of pace, disrupting the hitter's timing.
And it's all about showing that off-speed pitch early so that you can indeed throw the fastball by hitters.
2 outs for Renteria.
And that philosophy is what makes Yovani Gallardo so tough. That's what makes his fastball so tough. He locates it well, but hitters go up there. They're not sure what they're going to get, even in a fastball situation. We saw that last night.
We are just seconds away from indoor baseball at Miller Park. I don't remember a game this year where the roof has been closed mid-game. This could be a first. I could be wrong, but
okay,
almost. It's going to happen right here between these pitches.
Do we have a statistic on that?
I'm sure Mike Vasallo come up with something. It's a beautiful thing, that roof. Saves many ball games, and perhaps it'll save one tonight.
And one of the reasons why the Brewers have been able to have the crowds that they've had since this park opened, people know that no matter how far they come to see a game, they're going to see a game. Won't be rained out.
Got him. Smith strikes out Renteria. Back-to-back strikeouts. Sandoval hits a home run to make it 4-0 San Fran. But Smith comes back nicely. Got Renteria with a breaking. Giants lead 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mike Cameron leads off. He'll be followed by Rivera, then Hall. And Barry Zito is pitching well. Just 2 hits allowed from Zito, both doubles. Rivera and Braun with the extra base hits, but that has been it. Zito has won 3 of his last 4 games, making his 15th start of the year tonight. And Giants fans are hoping the real Barry Zito shows up this year.
Kind of a rarity for Zito that his Giants have given him 4 runs already in the 5th inning. Hasn't gotten a lot of run support.
Well, on 4 pitches, he walks Mike Cameron to start the 5th.
That's the thanks they get.
So a leadoff runner aboard for Mike Rivera, who doubled off the wall his last time up. Proposal for Mike. I'm sure Rivera, once Dave Bush went on the disabled list, wondering when he was going to get a chance to play again. He had been the personal catcher of Dave Bush for most of the season. Mike's been able to get his hits in a backup role, which continues to be a story with him. Not an easy role to have success offensively when you're playing about once every week, or once every 10 days in this case. Bush on the disabled list. Micro tear of a triceps muscle. And hopefully Bush is just going to be gone for the 2 weeks. A bouncer to first. The tag, and now Cameron is gone. So Ishikawa, a nice job to get to the bag first, which meant Renteria had to put the tag on Cameron. It's a double play.
That's the only way you're going to be able to turn that double play. It had to go right to Ishikawa. The fact that he's a lefty, he throws left-handed, made that throw a lot easier. Just steps on the bag, and a perfect strike to Renteria, and Mike Cameron an easy out at second base. You couldn't have drawn it up any better than that.
So 2 outs, and here's Bill Hall. Hall struck out in the 3rd inning, and his struggles continue at the plate. Changeup from Zito. Good pitch right on the corner. Boy, it never fails when you're struggling at the plate. It always seems like you're in a 2-strike count right away. Hall was 0-2 his last time up. Now Zito's got him at 1-2.
And sometimes it's not so much the pitchers making those really good pitches on you. It's just sometimes caught in between. You're not sure what to look for up there. You get caught guessing once in a while, and a lot of times when you guess wrong. Sometimes you have to go up there and just put yourself in a hit and run mode. Just go up there, swing. Take all the thought process out of the game. Just see the baseball and put a good swing on the best you can.
Especially with a strike thrower like Zito.
Would Yogi Berra say you can't think and hit at the same time? It's true.
Billy fighting it. A lot of different stances. Position of the hands. Breaks his bat here. Sandoval ranges over. Avoids the broken bat. And it's a 3-batter inning for Barry Zito. 4-0 Giants. We head to the 6th at Miller Park. Stay Summerfest. Don't miss Summerfest June 25th through July 5th. Get your 3-day pass for only $33 at summerfest.com today. Well, a big crowd, not much to cheer about. The chicken dance between innings. Maybe that'll be the what that gets them going here. 4-0 Giants. Sandoval with 2 home runs in this game. And Chris Smith back on the mound to start it. Ishikawa the batter for San Francisco. It'll be followed by Uribe, then Zito. Bottom of this San Francisco order. Barry Zito has done a job on the Brewers so far tonight. Mike Cameron in center field. One going for Chris Smith in the 6th. If you're just joining us, the Giants announced before the game that Tim Lincecum will not pitch tomorrow. It's going to be Ryan Sadowski up from AAA Fresno. He'll be making his major league debut. Sadowski against Jeff Suppan.
Might give Lincecum an extra day, make him feel a little bit stronger throughout the season. So Brewers, at least at this point, looks like they got a break. Not having to face the Cy Young Award winner from last year. Although major league debuts that have been facing the Brewers this year on the mound have not been a walk in the park for him.
Uribe, deep center field. Cameron's got a long way to go, and that one's over his head. And Juan Uribe with a double in the 6th inning, a 1-out double. Giants instantly with a man in scoring position. Boy, he takes a lash at it, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Second hit of the game.
I mean, no holes barred. He just lets her fly. Makes pretty good contact. Back legs at that time. You don't see many shortstops that'll back leg, or I should say second baseman will back leg a ball like that. But Juan Uribe drove that one over Cam's head. You don't see that too much.
I'll see if Zito is up there to bunt. Billy Hall thinks so. He is in on the grass at third base. Not bunting, swinging away, and Uribe is going to be caught. Boy, a big time base running mistake here as Hall puts the tag on him. And that is something that cannot happen if you're with the Giants. That ball's right in front of you.
Yeah, Brewers with a break. You just see so much of that these days in Major League Baseball, where you see these base running mistakes. I mean, this is Little League type stuff. I mean, you learn this in Little League. If you're at second base, the ball gets hit in front of you on the ground, you go back. There's no reason to be heading toward third base on a ground ball in front of you. But that's we've seen too much of that this year. And the Brewers get a break.
Instead of Uribe in scoring position with Rowan at the plate, Barry Zito is at first with 2 outs. Bruce Bochy deciding to give Zito the green light there to swing away with a 4-run cushion. The Mets have set their rotation for the next series, by the way. Fernando Nieve will start on Monday, hard-throwing right-hander. Johan Santana gets the call Tuesday. And then Mike Pelfrey on Wednesday. By the way, Monday night's game will start an hour earlier. That's a 6:08 first pitch. We're on the air at 5:30 with Brewers Live. But here's the rotation. Upcoming series with the Mets beginning Monday. I know a lot of tickets say that Monday start is at 7:05, but actually it's 6:08. Into the gap, Rowan. Zito around third. He'll stop there. And the base running blunder by Uribe cost the Giants a run here in the 6th.
And because Barry Zito is at first base because of the base running mistake by Uribe. Barry Zito, no way he's going to be able to score on that gapper. Doesn't run all that well and wasn't running hard anyway. I can understand Uribe's mistake. I mean, if you want to try and rationalize it at all, maybe with nobody out. You try to get to first base or third base, only 1 out, but not with 1 out already. Boy, Rowan drives that one into the gap with a pitcher at first base. Instead of a run, it's second and third, so the Brewers with a break.
Rowan with his first hit of the game and his first hit of the series. So Chris Smith trying to keep the deficit at 4 and see if the Brewers can catch fire offensively tonight. Harry Zito has shut him down. Zito has faced just 2 over the minimum thus far. Two outs. Zito at third, Rowan at second, and the batter is Randy Wynn. No changeup in there for a strike. Wynn has made the last out in his last 2 at-bats. Left 2 runners on in the second inning. Left a man stranded last inning. I checked that in the 4th inning. A breaking ball that finds the strike zone. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, change up, then slider. After getting behind 1-0. The benefits of those off-speed pitches down in the count.
Sandoval would be next. And Wynn stays alive.
Yeah, good pitch in on his fists. You try and quicken him up. You come up and in, and then go down and away with the changeup. Let's see if he does it.
Wynn now in his 5th season as a Giant. .300 hitter last year. The 1-2. Good play by Rivera.
And slider down.
Plenty of offense from the Giants tonight. That has been their nemesis this year. Lack of run support. But they're still winning games because of a great pitching staff. The best earned run average in the National League. Wynn strikes out. Smith comes at him with a fastball. And for the 3rd consecutive at bat, Randy Wynn makes the final out of the inning. 2 left. Barry Zito has kept the Brewers down 5 shutout innings, just 2 hits allowed. Sandoval with 2 home runs in this game. 11 for the season, came in with the 4th highest batting average in the National League. Sandoval 2 for 3. And the Giants lead it 4-0 in front of a capacity crowd here at Miller Park. Zito and the Giants have kept them quiet thus far. Seth McClung started with 4 innings. Chris Smith goes 2 innings, and he's going to be pinch hit for. Smith's spot was due to lead off here in the 6th. Instead, it'll be Frank Catalanato to hit.
Only right-hander on the bench for Ken Maka, Jason Kendall. And you don't figure Jason to be used at this point in the game. Nothing but lefties: Gamble, Catalanato, Garrett, and Craig Counsell.
The Brewers have had only 3 base runners in this game, 2 hits and a walk. The walk was wiped out immediately with a double play. So Zito has faced just 2 over the minimum. Zito, one of 3 former Cy Young Award winners in this Giants starting rotation. Lincecum, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, and Randy Johnson, who's won it multiple times. But maybe their best pitcher, the guy who the Brewers beat last night, Matt Cain. A 9-game winner this year. They have some pitching in San Fran.
Yes, they do. And before last night, the Giants had won 10 straight starts by Matt Cain. I guess nobody can continue that pace.
2 guys you can build a franchise around, Cain and Lincecum. Cain's just 24. No Lincecum here in Milwaukee, however. He will pitch in St. Louis on Monday. Randy Johnson will pitch in St. Louis as well Tuesday. Only question in the Giants starting rotation is their 5th spot. Jonathan Sanchez occupied that 5th spot. He has been pulled out of the rotation, which is why Bruce Bochy goes with a kid from AAA tomorrow. Catalanato sends Rowan near the warning track, out number 1.
After most Sunday Brewer home games, kids 16 and under can run the bases at Miller Park. That's compliments of great clips. For ticket information, call 414-902-4000 or go to brewers.com.
Zito has the lead man out here in the 6th inning. Back to the top of the order now, and finally the 3rd time through the order for the Brewers. As Corey Hart steps in, and he takes a fastball.
And they talk about Jonathan Sanchez. He's 2-8 with a 5.54 ERA. The ERA, I mean, not horrible. I mean, it's the highest on the team, but that's how good this pitching staff is for the Giants. If it's not Sanchez, they're going to have to come up with somebody else.
The spot is available, and Ryan Sadowski will get his first shot at it tomorrow. 3 balls, no strikes to Corey Hart. Todd Coffey gets loose. Faced 1 batter yesterday. And that one misses. Corey Hart is on with a 4-pitch walk. Second walk issued by Zito. Brandon Metters begins to get loose. Hart throwing right-hander in that Giants bullpen.
Got a lot of hard throwing pitchers out in that bullpen.
They sure do.
They have some good arms.
Merck and Valdez.
Romo can throw.
And their closer is tied for the most saves in the National League. Brian Wilson has 20. Last night, J.J. Hardy went deep. His 500th career hit was a long ball. 7th home run of the year for Hardy. He had 2 hits last night. This would be a good spot for a quick strike. Takes a changeup. That is 6 consecutive balls delivered by Barry Zito. Hardy trying to get Braun to the plate with some men on base. Right on the corner.
Now JJ looked like he was taken all the way. This is a time for Dale Swaim's philosophy of keep the line moving until that tying run comes up.
Swaim not happy with that call from Joe West.
Looked like another off-speed pitch. It could have gone either way.
2-1. Went with a changeup and he missed, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Hardy should see a pretty good pitch here. Zito sitting on a 4-run lead, and the dangerous Ryan Braun on deck. Fastball got by him. 3-2.
Elevated just enough. JJ not able to get on top of it. Pretty much the same location that he hit his home run last night.
Zito has kept the Brewers hitters off balance all night. Full count. Hard at first. In the seats. Another foul ball. Ken Maka seeing the Barry Zito that he saw in 2006. Zito a 16-game winner for Maka with the Oakland A's. Ready for a 3-2 again. Another foul ball.
It's amazing what an off-speed pitch does for you. Change-ups, sliders, curve balls, able to get fastballs up in the zone at 86, 87 miles an hour by hitters. It's all about your frame of reference, what you're looking for. Back of your mind, you're thinking, is he going to throw it or not? And you end up being behind very hittable fastballs.
Just got a piece of a changeup. Hardy's been swinging the bat well lately. His last 9 games, he's produced 2 homers and 5 RBIs and a .303 batting average coming into play today. Hart with a 1-out walk, still at first. Long at bat here. Zito against Hardy. Hart takes off, and JJ bounces it to short. Renteria throws him out. Out number 2.
Another off-speed pitch on 3-2. JJ off the end of the bat, hit the ground ball.
Well, Ryan Braun coming up with 2 outs. He's had some success against Zito the last couple of seasons. Back in 07, Braun in his rookie year homered off Zito. And then last year here at Miller Park as well. Long home run into deep left field. A former Cy Young winner and a former Rookie of the Year matching up.
Now the difference between Zito then and now is he's got good command of his off-speed pitches again. Well, he didn't have that curveball in his back pocket last year, the year before, but now he does.
Four to nothing Giants. Brewers batting in the 6th inning. Braun has Hart at second base with Fielder on deck. Pivotal at bat there with J.J. Hardy. If Hardy can reach, get 2 on with 1 out, give Braun a chance at it, with Fielder representing the tying run in the on-deck circle. But Zito kept throwing strikes and got him out. 2-0 on Braun.
Can't believe that Zito's thinking about being careful to Ryan Braun to bring Prince Fielder to the plate.
Four hits and 10 at-bats against Zito in his career. He had a double his last time up. 3 balls, no strikes. And Zito telling himself to settle down. He's like, put the palms down, like, okay, Barry, calm down here.
He tried to overthrow those last 2 fastballs.
Right down the middle. Now we'll see if Braun gets on a 3-1 count. Fielder is 0 for 2 against Zito tonight. Walked him. Second walk of the inning, and maybe some fatigue setting in for Zito. And the Brewers, for the first time tonight, have 2 men aboard. And they've got their best run producer coming up. Fielder with 69 RBIs steps to the plate, and a chance with 1 swing of the bat to get the crew right back in this one.
Yeah, this is where Prince uses left field very effectively. Men on base, left-hander versus left-hander.
Fielder looking for his first hit of the series. Drove in a run with a sac fly yesterday. Oh, chased one. Fielder thinking about the long ball. Took a big hack, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, it came out of his shoes.
Just missed. 2-1 the count. This big crowd starting to rev up a little bit. Fielder hoping to bring them to their feet. 2 on, 2 out. Zito is not allowed a run and only 2 hits. Fielder swings and misses. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, good slider that time by Zito. Been so effective with that breaking pitch when he's been down in the count.
Pujols drove in 4 today in the Cardinals win against Minnesota. Fielder's second in the National League. He's got 2 out there. Hard with a 1-out walk. Ryan Braun walked with 2 away. Great speed on the bases. Fielder can get one down the line or shoot the gap. Good chance to score 2. 2-2. Fielder launches one. There it goes. Prince Fielder. 3-run home run. With 1 swat from Prince, the Brewers right back in it.
Tried to bust him in and did not do it. And Prince gets the Brewers right back in this baby. Way back in right. A 6-pitch at bat, a slider away. Then Prince tried to hit the ball out of the ballpark on that fastball. Got the count to 2-1. Another slider that Prince swung through. Fouled another slider back. And then got the fastball in on him. Bingo, see you later. 3-pointer for Prince.
Home run number 19 for Fielder. gives him 72 runs batted in, and the big fella delivers once again, and that is it for Barry Zito. Giants make a pitching change. Will set up the Fielder hits a 3-run home run. The Brewers within a run now. And Brandon Metters is on to pitch for San Francisco. He faces Casey McGee. Zito is out 5 2/3, gives up 3 runs on 3 hits. And McGee launches one, and we're tied! Casey McGee! His 4th home run! All tied at 4.
Well, that didn't take long, did it? My goodness, a slider, Casey McGee, a hanger, and knocks it way back, second deck and left. And Metters knew it as soon as he let go of it. The kid just keeps swinging, and the Brewers tie it up. That's what they do. They hit homers.
2 pitches, the Brewers score 4 runs. Fielder and McGee go deep. And Zito cannot win this game.
Well, he did it to himself by walking 2 batters in the 6th inning in front of Prince Fielder. Well, if you recall, while he was getting behind Braun, saying that you can't believe he's trying to pitch around Ryan Braun to bring the Prince at the plate. Not many teams do that.
3rd time this year the Brewers have gone back-to-back. How about Ken Maka's move to put Casey McGee in the 5-hole behind Fielder? He's produced in consecutive games as Cameron strikes out. The inning is over, but they come to their feet at Miller Park. 4 runs with 2 outs on a pair of homers. at Heiser.com. Brand new ball game here at Miller Park. We are tied at 4 as we head to the 7th. Prince Fielder a 3-run home run with 2 outs and 2 strikes. McGee follows on the first pitch he sees from Brandon Metters with a solo shot. 2 swings of the bat, 4-run score. And the Brewers erase a very good outing by Barry Zito. He had only given up 2 hits going into the 6th inning. Had a 2-hit shutout going. But 2 walks in the frame set up Fielder's 3-run homer.
Well, Todd Coffey on for the 35th time tonight. He pitched the 3rd of an inning in last night's ball game. Got Benji Molina to fly out to end an inning. 2.72 ERA, 30 strikeouts in just a little over 36 innings of work. This is about the time of the ball game where you're very glad, at least Ken Mock is glad, that Gallardo was able to pitch into the 8th inning last night.
They required only 2 relievers last night. Coffey pitched to 1 batter and got the out, and then Villanueva finished the game 3 up 3 down in the 9th. That was just as key as anything else. Villanueva not needing help from the bullpen in a 5-1 win. So the intensity has dialed up here as the Brewers and the Giants are tied. Sandoval leads off the 7th inning. He has done big damage tonight. 2 solo home runs. In the 3rd inning, Sandoval yanked one against McClung deep into the Tundra territory. His 10th homer of the year, and then on a low pitch, the first pitch he saw from Chris Smith, a solo shot for his 11th homer of the season.
That's what you call covering the plate from head to toe. Fastball up, slider down around his toes.
Vladimir Guerrero would be proud of that. And Yogi Berra and all the bad ball hitters who have ever lived. These are the kinds of guys that just find the barrel of the bat
and the kind
more
of guy,
often than not.
Yeah, and the kind of guy you don't know what to throw. You don't know what to throw to these guys. They hit everything. They're not up there trying to look for one pitch in one location. They just see the ball. They feel like they have a good chance at it. They're going to give it a whale. That's what they do.
Sandoval showing a good eye here. 3 balls and a strike to count. The Brewers get 4 runs in the 6th inning on 2 hits, 2 homers. Fielder with his 19th, McGee with his 4th. Sandoval deep into left field. Another one that is well hit. Braun backing up, and he's got it. Ryan Braun with his back up against the wall. 1 gone in the 7th inning.
Well, the outfield's been busy tonight. A lot of fly balls off the bat of this Giants offense. That's the 5th put out for Ryan, and that one up against the wall.
Coffey likes it. Pumps his fist at Braun. So a good play for out number 1. And now Benji Molina, a notorious first ball swinger. He takes one. Coffey threw him a breaking ball. Why not? That was not an easy ball to handle for Braun. I mean, that was a line shot right at him.
Had some slice on it too. Turned the wrong way initially, but able to make an adjustment and go back and make the catch.
Little bouncer. Got plenty of time here with Molina running. Coffey sets his feet, makes the play. 2 up, 2 down. Well, most outfielders will tell you the toughest ball they have to play on a night in, night out basis is the line drive right at you, where you don't know whether to come in or break back. And for a corner outfielder, you're pretty much guaranteed you can turn toward the line. But in Sandoval's case, when he hits it so hard, with that kind of trajectory, it takes a pretty quick decision out there.
Well, and Ryan just keeps getting better and better at fly balls like that. able to play a little bit more shallow than he did when he first started to play left field.
That one's high in the air to center field. Cameron at the track, reaches up, and he caught it! Oh my goodness! Mike Cameron with the play of the year. What a catch!
A good jump in the baseball. Look at the angle that he takes. He goes back. He knows he's going to be able to make a play, a perfectly timed leap, and grabs it as it's trying to get out of the ballpark. What a play by Mike Cameron. Unbelievable.
And not 1 ounce of panic whatsoever. Matter of fact, he kind of slowed down a little bit to time his jump to be there at the wall. At the moment it crossed, that was something else. Mike Cameron showing some Gold Glove form right there. 2 terrific plays in the outfield. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Todd Coffey. That would have put the Giants ahead.
Now, there's just some outfielders. There's just some outfielders that have that special ability to kind of know where that ball's going to land. I mean, you know, whether the wind's going to take it or what the situation is, Cameron always seems to be able to get to a spot where the ball's going to be, whether he's looking at the baseball or not. I mean, that's what makes him so special in center field.
Mike Rivera leads off for the Brewers. He doubled off the wall against Zito in the 3rd. Jeremy Affeldt loosening for the Giants. Talented left-handed hurler. What a turnaround in this game. The Brewers getting shut out through 5. 4-0 was the score. Zito had the Brewers offense down and out.
Talk about a momentum swing, huh? Yeah, 2 outs, 6th inning, couple of home runs, tie game, and Mike Cameron takes the wind right out of him in the next inning. Todd Coffey, the recipient of some pretty good outfield play in that 7th inning.
2-2 to Rivera. And a breaking ball pulled foul. Well, Brandon Metters came in relief of Zito, and on the first pitch surrendered the game-tying homer. He threw Casey McGee a first-pitch slider. A lot of hitters will take that pitch, but McGee loves that pitch.
Especially the one that doesn't slide.
The spinner.
The cement mixer.
And McGee hit a long, long home run to left center. Rivera chased one. Down he goes.
Hey fans, tomorrow against the Giants, all fans in attendance get a Jason Kendall bobblehead that's compliments of Palermo's Pizza and Pick and Save. For tickets, call 414-902-4000 or go to brewers.com. Jason Kendall bobblehead day, 2 days after his 35th birthday.
And Suppan will be on the mound tomorrow. Billy Hall, line drive, base hit into left center. Hall thinking about two. And will hold with a single. Billy with his first hit of the night. Jumping on the first pitch from Metters. And the go-ahead run is now aboard.
Yep, fastball that didn't sink too much. Stayed out away from Billy and a nice short stroke. Able to bang that one just out of the reach of Renteria. Well, one out and nobody on was how the 6th inning started for the Brewers. Well, Todd Coffey getting in at bat here. Kind of a surprise.
Instead of a pinch hitter, Maka needs the inning from Coffey. He needs him to pitch the 8th, so he's going to let him hit. Coffey actually has a couple of sacrifice bunts this year, which is a surprise for a reliever. I remember one he had against the New York Mets that led to a victory at Citi Field in New York. One of the benefits of being tied and one of the benefits of being at home.
I will guarantee you that Todd Coffey wasn't thinking about an at bat driving to the ballpark today. Kind of a surprise, really. Instead of going to a pinch hitter.
Got some left-handed options on the bench.
Especially number 8 spot in the order. I mean, you get a pinch hitter up there, you've got Gamble, you got Counsell, and then the top of the order coming up.
Well, last time this similar scenario played out, I remember talking to Maka about it, and I'd love to hear what he has to say after the game tonight about this spot. But because the Brewers hit home runs, and you've got some home run hitters coming up as Coffey bunts it foul, you know, Maka feels just as good keeping Coffey in the game to get the inning out of him and allowing Corey Hart, who has just as good of a chance to hit one out as anything else.
And remember, another situation that you have to think about is because Seth McClung makes the start, the Brewers are one shy in that bullpen.
But it is certainly a gamble and a question that the manager will have to talk about tonight. There was a situation earlier this year when he left Jeff Suppan in a game. The starting pitcher, he let him hit. Suppan delivered with a single and an RBI. That would be asking a little much from Coffey. Who squares with 2 strikes and bunts it fair. How about Todd Coffey? Man, oh man, that's something else right there. With 2 strikes, a guy who rarely even takes batting practice, able to get his 3rd sacrifice bunt down. Well done.
And puts Billy Hall at second base for Corey Hart. You see Sandoval, there's no way you can bunt it toward 3rd base and get the sacrifice down successfully. Pushes it toward 1st and gets Billy to second base.
Coffey 3 for 3 in sacrifice bunt attempts. And now Hart can really cash one in for his manager here with a base hit. Hart walked and scored in the 6th. 0 for 2 tonight. Corey looking for his first hit of this homestand. He is 0 for 16 at the plate. Be a good spot for it. Strike. Good pitch. See what Hart, he's been up and down this lineup for Ken Maka. Has had the most success batting in the 6 hole for Maka this year. where most of his power has come. Hitting leadoff tonight. A bouncer. Sandoval's got it. Throws, and it's in time to get the out. And the inning is over. That was a good play by Sandoval. Hart is retired. The inning is over. And the Brewers strand a base runner. Still tied at 4. .11 on the year. Prince Fielder hit a 3-run shot with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And then Casey McGee followed on the very next pitch. Mike Cameron saved the ball game at this point, taking one back from Nate Shearholtz. Going up and over the wall in deep left center field. The catch of the year so far for the Brewers. And it stays tied. 4-4 as we head to the 8th. Renteria leads off. Well, Todd Coffey allowed to hit for himself. He dropped down a sacrifice bunt. The Brewers unable to score. But Coffey was allowed to hit for this reason here, to get through this 8th inning unscathed.
Well, now it's up to Todd Coffey to make his manager look good and get a scoreless inning. Last thing Ken Maka needs is a couple of base hits here to start this inning and have to take him out.
Maka taking a gamble.
That's why he's pacing in that dugout.
Thinking about it, isn't he? But what Maka has done very well this year is manage the bullpen. And you play the hunches. There's a bouncer off the glove of Hall. That's a fair ball, and that'll be a base hit for Renteria.
Now fastball in. Renteria hits it pretty well. Took a little bit of a funny hop, but really probably tell you that's when he might have been able to get. He was playing on the line. Went off the heel of the glove. And it'll be a base hit.
Leadoff runner for the Giants.
10 hits now for the Giants. This hurts here.
So Maka now has to make the move. The last thing he wanted to do, but Maka takes Coffey out. And Mitch Stetter coming in. We'll take a timeout. account. Vote for your favorite players and win a Ryan Braun suite for a game. Vote early, vote often, vote Brewers through July 2nd. 42,065 in attendance. Sellout here tonight at Miller Park. And the Giants have the go-ahead run at first. Nobody out. Stetter is in to face the left-hander Travis Ishikawa.
And Mitch is really on a roll right now, doing a nice job. His string of consecutive outs via the strikeout is over. 36 game for Mitch, a 2.63 ERA.
Ishikawa bunts it foul. The streak for Stetter got to 15 strikeouts, 15 consecutive outs via strikeout. That is a franchise record. And it ended here at Miller Park on Thursday against the Twins. All tied at 4. Ishikawa squares to bunt. And that is a foul ball, says Joe West. Foul ball, dead ball. Back to first goes Renteria.
See Mike Rivera catching that baseball behind home plate. Good call by Joe West.
On to the count to Ishikawa, who is a .308 hitter this year against left-handed pitching. He's hit much better against lefties than he has right-handers. Popped him up. So one gone. Stetter gets the first out. Giants are at the bottom of their batting order. Juan Uribe coming up from the 8th spot in the order, and then the pitcher spot due up next.
Yeah, Stetter's been so effective in his last 13 appearances that Ken Macha really doesn't mind having him out there against right-handed batters. That's not something that he was comfortable with early in the year.
Macha will stick with Stetter here. All tied at 4. The Brewers will have Hardy, Braun, and Fielder due up in the bottom of the 8th. Uribe has 2 hits tonight. Singled in a run back in the 2-run Giants second. He drove in the 2nd run, and then he doubled to deep center field in the 6th. Stetter would love a ground ball here. (3-0). Giants have out hit the Brewers 10-5. And yet this game is tied. It was tied with 2 swings of the bat in the 6th inning. Fielder a 3-run homer. Casey McGee a solo shot. There's strike 1. Another pop-up. Foul territory. Bill Hall. 2 outs. One of the issues with Stetter when he first came to the big leagues a couple of seasons ago was his command. And that was really his first full season throwing in this fashion. He had always been kind of an over-the-top 3/4 pitcher, but he dropped down sidearm, and he hadn't had a lot of experience throwing from the side, and with that extreme motion he has in delivery.
He's got 11 walks so far this year, that coming in 24 innings. And a lot of those walks coming early in the season. He's been doing a much better job throwing strikes. Has not allowed a run in his last 13 appearances.
Mark DeFelice loosening in the bullpen. You would imagine DeFelice would pitch to Rowan if it should get to that point with a man on or two. Rich Aurelia pinch hitting. Stetter starts him with strike one.
And one of the reasons I think that Coffey was able to hit and was asked to go out there again is because I think Ken Maka is fearful if this game goes too long. I mean, extra innings. It's high right now that they might run out of pitching.
The guy who normally pitches in extra innings and the guy you count on to give you the quote extra innings is Seth McClung, and he started today.
You got Narveson, a left-hander, in the bullpen. Pitched an inning a couple of days ago. DeFelice, Villanueva, and Trevor Hoffman. Sounds like a lot, but those three right-handers are usually one-inning guys.
Right. Hoffman is a one-inning guy for sure. And you hope not to burn Mitch Stetter too much here tonight. Breaking ball missed just around the plate. In the pen for the Brewers. Narveson, the lone lefty. At this point, Narveson is your extra inning guy. 2-2. Aurelia, as a pinch hitter this year, is 1 for 13, 2 RBIs.
And that's where you want to attack him at this point in the game. Away, make him beat you to the opposite field.
Go ahead and run it first. 2 outs in the inning. And Stetter making sure Renteria stays close.
You just don't want to make a mistake with anything inside to Rich Aurelia.
37 years of age. Put up some big years as a Giant. Late 90s. 2-2. Got him. Stetter strikes him out. Stetter retires 3 in a row, and an infield hit to start the inning goes for naught. And we are still tied. Wasn't that a great catch? Mike Cameron robbing Nate Schierholtz of what would have been a go-ahead home run with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Instead, it was an out. And we are still tied 4 apiece as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Rocket Sergio Romo making his 10th appearance.
Now here's a guy that will give A lot of different looks, a lot of different arm angles, and 5 different pitches, so you're never sure what you're going to get. Been very effective out of that Giants bullpen. Only his 10th appearance.
Romo gave up a solo home run on Wednesday night in Oakland in the 8th inning. It was his first run allowed since giving up 2 in his first appearance of the season. Started the year on the disabled list. Returned to action in late May. J.J. Hardy down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Hardy is 0 for 3. Homered here last night. The Brewers have 4 runs on 5 hits. And there's a line shot. Base hit for J.J. Hardy. Right back up the middle. Beautiful approach from Hardy.
And Romo made a mistake. Got one right down the middle of the plate, and J.J. banged it right back through the box. Romo with that funky arm angle. He'll come down for about 3/4. That one tailed right back down the heart of the plate, and J.J. a base hit.
So the go-ahead run is aboard. Yeah, they've got the idea. Here is Ryan Braun. Braun's been on twice. He doubled off Zito in the 4th and then walked in the 6th inning, and that's what set up the Fielder 3-run homer. Ryan drove in a pair last night on 2 hits. 53 RBIs for the season. In a big spot here in the 8th. Sweeping breaking ball in there for a strike. Romo really put this Giants bullpen together when he was activated in late May. In a setup role. They have one of the best closers in the National League in Brian Wilson. Romo and Affeldt have set him up beautifully this year. Best bullpen ERA in the National League. Braun, a big cut. 1 and 2.
And most of them have the big fastball, but Romo, a guy that will get you by deception. Very tough on right-handed hitters.
No 1-2 punch has driven in more runs than Braun and Fielder in the big leagues this year. Now 125 RBIs between them. Braun, line drive, base hit. Back-to-back 2-strike hits. And the Brewers have 2 on for Fielder.
Boy, nobody does that better than Ryan Braun. Waiting back, hooking a breaking ball, going away from him. Not even sure if it was a strike or not. Going away, a slider, and able to stay back, hook it into left field, hit it hard. That's the advantage of using that long bat. That 35-inch bat. Able to reach that pitch and hit it hard into left field.
Yeah, Braun saying Fielder should bunt here. Here comes Bruce Bochy. Did you see that from Braun?
Yeah.
He's looking over at Brad Fisher saying, yeah, give him the bunt, Fish. give him the bunt.
We've had one surprise tonight. I don't think two. I don't think anybody could take another. Coffee dropping down the bunt was first.
All right, Romo is out. Back-to-back hits with 2 strikes, and it's Affeldt in, the left-hander, to face Fielder. Stay with us. Much to cheer about until that swat from Fielder, a 3-run homer with 2 outs and with 2 strikes, and it brought the Brewers within a run. The very next batter was Casey McGee, and on the first pitch he saw, he yanked one out of here to tie it. That was in the 6th. Mike Cameron made a great play to keep the tie intact. That would have put the Giants ahead. Cameron robbing Shearholtz of a home run. And the stage is set for Fielder. Back-to-back hits to start this inning. Jeremy Affeldt is in the pitch for San Francisco. He has not allowed a run in his last 17 games.
And the more important stat for Affeldt here is he's stranded 18 of 24 inherited runners. The only lefty in the bullpen for the Giants.
Fielder has 4 hits and 8 at-bats against Affeldt in his career. 2 of those 4 hits home runs. And as you can see, Affeldt has a big fastball from the left side. Affeldt pitched for the Reds last year. Two and 1 to Prince.
Pretty much the same location that Zito game. He hit the ball out of the ballpark, but at about 8 miles an hour. Makes a big difference.
Two balls and a strike on Fielder. Hardy at second, Braun at first. In a tie game in the 8th. And Fielder shatters his bat. Both runners will advance, and it works like a sacrifice. Fielder blows up his bat, but Hardy to third, Braun to second with 1 away.
Well, that pitch almost hit Prince. Check this one out. Look out, Prince. Oh boy, if he missed that pitch, it might have hit him in the shoulder. As it stands, it couldn't have worked out much better except for a base hit, advancing both base runners. Now a fly ball gives the Brewers a lead.
And the Giants are going to walk McGee. They'll take their chances with Cameron. Bochy's going to give Affeldt a chance for a double play to get out of this inning with 1 swing of the bat.
And nobody getting loose in that Giants bullpen, so this is Affeldt's inning. Cameron and Rivera coming up.
So McGee with an intentional walk. Bases loaded. And here comes Mike Cameron. And they come to their feet at Miller Park. A lot of success against Affeld in his career. 5 hits, 12 at-bats, including a homer. Infield set up for a double play up the middle. The corners will come to the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out for Cameron in a tie game in the 8th. And on the first pitch, a bouncer. Uribe turns the double play. The Brewers cannot score. Mike Cameron rolls into a 4-3 double play. We are still tied and headed to the top of the Brewers.
Well, it's going to be Trevor Hoffman here in the 9th inning with a tie ball game, hoping that Trevor puts up a 0. The Brewers get back in that dugout and win it in the bottom of the 9th. 23rd appearance for Trevor. He's only blown the 1 save. That in Cleveland. 17 out of 18, a 125 earned run average for Trevor Hoffman.
Hoffman will face the top of the order. Aaron Rowan, Randy Wynn, and Pablo Sandoval. If anybody gets on, Benji Molina. All tied at 4. Dramatic comeback for the Brewers with a 4-run 6th inning. All 4 runs for Milwaukee came with 2 outs. But a golden opportunity lost in the bottom of the 8th. Mike Cameron grounds into a 4-3 double play with the bases loaded to end the frame. Hoffman with strike 1.
The Giants have seen a lot of Trevor Hoffman. They're in the same division. They play each other about 17, 18 times a year. A lot of familiarity between these guys.
There's a base hit. Rowan singles to left. And the Giants have the go-ahead run aboard.
Well, Rowan turned his night around, didn't he? Struck out his first 2 times up, a walk and then 2 base hits.
Rowan had a double in the 6th. Beats that one into the ground through the hole at short and 3rd. And now Hoffman will face Randy Wynn. Sandoval is next. We'll see if Wynn drops a bunt down here. He squares and he takes it for ball one.
Yeah, decent speed at first base, very good speed at home plate. So you drop down the bunt in this situation, you're successful. Essentially, you're taking the bat right out of Sandoval's hands. I think Rowan gets to second base, and first base is open.
And Wynn swinging away, and it's a base hit. With Billy Hall in on the grass, Wynn takes advantage. And just like that, the Giants have 2 men aboard.
Mentioned a lot of familiarity, Trevor Hoffman against these Giants. Of course, Aaron Rowan hadn't seen much of him. Sandoval certainly hasn't. And I think they changed their mind about the bunt, because if they were successful, they would have walked Sandoval. Billy Hall pinched in at third base, and Randy Wynn able to shoot it right by him. If Billy's back, that's a double play.
Sandoval has been the star offensively for the Giants tonight. He's belted 2 solo homers. And all 3 of his hits in the series have been home runs. 2 on, nobody out. Brewers in desperate need of a ground ball here. Sandoval launches one. That one is hooking. Foul. Wow. This guy is unbelievable. He hits anything, anywhere. A high fastball from McClung. That was in the 3rd inning. An off-speed pitch down to the zone on Chris Smith in the 5th. Line drive, base hit. Rowan froze for a minute, and he'll stop at third base. 3 consecutive hits, and the Giants have loaded the bases.
Well, Trevor threw him a fastball. He hooked it foul. Would have been a home run, but it was foul. Then he goes with the changeup. Amazing the way he keeps the bat in the hitting zone long enough to be able to get enough of that changeup and get it into center field off the end of the bat. Keeps the hands back and bangs it into center field.
Bases loaded, nobody out. And the cleanup hitter, Benji Molina, at the plate. And he hits one deep to left. Braun is going back, got turned around, but he makes the catch. Rowan and Wynn tag. Rowan scores. Sandoval ends up at second base as well. What? Sandoval wiped out Case McGee at second base. Giants have the lead here 5-4 in the 9th.
Not sure who got the worst of it. I think Sandoval might have jammed a thumb.
So both runners advance.
Well, every one of the Giants in this inning has hit the ball right on the button. Good play by JJ. And Sandoval barely able to make it into second base. Yeah, he jammed his thumb as he went into second.
Now Hoffman will walk Shearholtz to load the bases again, set up a double play opportunity. Boy, that's how fast it can turn. The Brewers have the bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Cannot score. The Giants come right back with 3 hits and a sac fly. And just like that, have the lead 5-4 in the 9th.
The Giants swinging at Trevor Hoffman pitches like they know it's coming. Fastballs, changeups. Bruce Bochy and these Giants have seen a lot of Trevor Hoffman.
Well, certainly Bruce Bochy, who managed 12 years in San Diego. So the base is loaded again, 1 out. And Edgar Renteria will hit for the Giants. 5-4 San Francisco. The Brewers have the bottom of the order coming up in the bottom of the ninth. Hoffman trying to keep it at a 1-run deficit. Into center. Plenty deep. Randy Wynn with great speed. He'll score, and Cameron makes the proper throw. 2 runs are in. 6-4 San Francisco on the second sacrifice fly of the inning. So both outs producing runs for the Giants after the 3 hits that started the inning. First and second, 2 outs for Ishikawa. And Giants closer Brian Wilson begins to get loose. Owen to the count. Two runs in for the Giants. And a bouncer. McGee lays out, knocks it down, saves a run. But the inning is extended here. That'll be an infield hit for Ishikawa.
And it's amazing how the Giants have been able to make contact off of Trevor Hoffman. Really only one swing and miss in this inning. That was Ishikawa earlier in this at bat. Just out of the reach. So sore knees for Casey McGee kind of limits his range, and the inning continues.
And Uribe trying to deliver a knockout punch to the Brewers right here in the ninth. Uribe has 2 hits tonight. And Bill Castro on his way to the mound. Well, Hoffman began the year with 16 straight saves and opened the season with 18 consecutive scoreless innings. Has not been that effective here lately. I want to remind you that tonight on CBS 58's 10 at 10, in just the first 10 minutes, you'll get your most important news and your complete first alert weather. And that's just in the first 10 minutes. Tonight and every night on CBS 58's 10 at 10 news.
This is the 8th batter in this inning, and Trevor Hoffman's only thrown 16 pitches. I mean, Giants all over pitches early in the count against Hoffman tonight.
And Uribe swings at the first pitch, fouls it away.
They're not messing around, are they?
Giants went up 4-0. Brewers tied it with 4 in the 6th. San Francisco at 2 here in the 9th against Hoffman. Ball at 2 strikes on Uribe. See what Maka does with his hitters in the 9th inning. Rivera and Hall scheduled to start the inning. He's got some left-handed options though, as Uribe skies one to left, playable for Braun. Actually, Cameron makes the call in the catch, and that's the inning. But 2 runs in. The Giants have the lead, bottom of the 9th. Last call for the Crew. Monday. The Mets are here. Don't forget, Monday we start an hour earlier. That's a 6:08 first pitch. We're on the air at 5:30. Change in the start time due to national television. 3-game series for the Mets. 4 games in Chicago. We'll be taking that Amtrak Hiawatha line down to Chicago and Wrigley Field. And then the Cardinals and the Dodgers come to town. It's a stretch of 15 out of 19 games here at Miller Park, but against some very tough competition. Against teams who all will factor in the postseason, you would think. Brewers have their work cut out for them tonight. Down 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. And Brian Wilson with 20 saves on the year. He is on to pitch.
Yeah, 37 strikeouts in 34 innings. A hard thrower. Mid to upper 90s with the heater.
96-mile-an-hour fastball to start it against Rivera. Wilson tied with K-Rod at the top of the National League in saves with 20. Heath Bell is also up there. The charismatic Giants closer. Looks like Maka is going to have counsel hit for Billy Hall next. Rivera trying to get on base. Need some base runners here. You would imagine Gamble would hit in the pitcher spot. Now with a hold in this inning. Crowd trying to help him out. Rivera 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got that electric slider, does Brian Wilson, to go along with that upper 90s fastball. Blown 3 saves this year, but he saved 20.
And down goes Rivera. Strikeout for Wilson. Out number 1 here in the 9th. This guy can bring it.
Yes, he can. Tried to get Rivera to chase a couple of sliders and then said, forget it. I'm just going to reach back and throw one by him.
Wilson saved a game on Wednesday in Oakland. That was his 20th save. He's been unscored upon in his last 13 games. And that covers 13 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball out of that Giants bullpen. Left-handed hitters only batting .115 against Wilson this year. Only 6 hits, 52 at-bats. Counsel down 0-2. Heath Bell and K-Rod and Brian Fuentes in Major League Baseball with 20 saves. Fuentes leading the American League. It's been a nice pickup for the Angels. Oh, 2. Fair ball. Counsel saying it hit his foot, and Joe West agrees. Joe West waved it foul. Count stays at 0 balls and 2 strikes.
Can't feel good. Right on the end of the foot. Big toe got him.
Wilson was an all-star last year. 41 saves for the Giants. He's nearly halfway there at the end of June. Just missed. 2-2 to Counsel. took over that closer's role full time last season. Certainly an all-star candidate at this point. Counsell lays off.
That's a tough pitch to take, but Craig Counsell able to do it. Boy, any way on. Try to get that tying run to the plate.
Big pitch coming. Counsell trying to reach. 3-2. And a bouncer. Backhanded. In and out of the glove of Renteria. And the tying run will come to the plate. You want to talk about a professional at bat. Craig Counsell hanging tough and comes up with an infield hit.
Well, Craig always understands what his job is. His job is to get on base, not interested in an extra base hit, particularly with 2 strikes, just trying to put the ball in play, and just out of the reach of Renteria, couldn't hold on to it.
And it extends Counsell's hitting streak to 10 games.
And now you got the tying run up there. And you've got some guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark coming up.
I think Maka wants a pinch runner as well. Kendall is going to pinch run for Counsell. Counsell, remember, got rolled over 2 days ago and has been nursing a little bit of a knee issue.
Plus it just banged one off his toe.
So Counsell is out. Kendall is in, and here is Gamble pinch hitting.
And you wonder why you would pinch hit or pinch run at first base when it doesn't represent the tying run. You know, you might be able to beat a force at second base. Who knows? It's a no-brainer if he's the tying run.
Two balls, no strikes. The rookie Gamble. Couple of home runs this year, 12 driven in. One swing of the bat from tying it up here, and he has plenty of power. On the corner, a strike. Gamble as a pinch hitter is 1 for 10 this year.
And Gamble's been very good on pitches out away from, getting his arms extended. Which is why they're trying to come in.
3 balls and a strike on Gamble. And Wilson, a ball away from bringing the go-ahead and winning run to the plate in Corey Hart. Hitters count. Gamble takes ball 4. And game on here in the bottom of the ninth. The Brewers have 2 on. The tying run is aboard. To the top of the order, here's Corey Hart.
So the 2 lefties get the job done. They get on base. And now perhaps an extra base hit will tie the game. Gamble runs pretty well.
Outfielders extremely deep for the Giants, trying to cut off an extra base hit. Hart with 9 home runs, and that one catches the strike zone. Slider from Wilson. Hart looking for his first hit of the homestand. 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. 0-2. Hardy would be next.
How about a 90-mile-an-hour slider, partner? That's what that last pitch was.
Making it extremely tough on a right-handed hitter. And Hart just up there battling at this point. 0-2 the count. .98 miles an hour from Wilson. Trying to reach back for a little extra. Wilson got ahead of Counsell with 2 quick strikes and ended up giving up an infield hit. Hart's looking for a mistake. Molina sets up away, and Corey fouls it away. Wilson's last blown save came against the Padres on the 21st of May. Gave up 2 runs in 2/3 of an inning. He's got 11 straight saves since. Two and two. Tough pitch to take.
Hey, he throws that slider so fast. 89 miles an hour that it looks like a fastball. Good take by Corey Hart. Just misses low.
Another 2-strike pitch coming from Wilson. 2 on, 1 away. And Hart lays off. That has been a nemesis pitch for Corey Hart, and he's laid off a couple.
Let's see what he throws here. Does he go back to the slider?
Full count. Back on their feet at Miller Park. A long ball wins it. Wilson wants to start over with Molina. Corey Hart has big opposite field power, which is where Wilson has pitched him this entire at bat. And Hart lines one center field, a base hit. Kendall around third. He will score. Corey Hart delivers an RBI single.
Maybe the best at bat for Corey Hart all year. Boy, what a battle by Corey. Got behind 2 strikes very early, laid off some tough pitches. Boy, oh boy, it doesn't get any better than that. Brian Wilson comes with a fastball, got it down, and he banged it into center field. What an at bat. Jason Kendall able to score. Now the tying run at second base with only 1 out. A beautiful at bat by Corey Hart.
RBI single for Hart, his 33rd ribby of the year. The Brewers within a run. And Wilson facing J.J. Hardy, who singled his last time up. Tying run at second. The winning run at first. Hardy lays off a slider. The Brewers are laying off the Wilson sliders like they know it's coming. That's usually a swing and miss pitch. Hardy, a line drive. Off the glove of Uribe. And here comes Gamble. The throw to the plate. Not in time. We're tied. A great slide from Gamble. Hardy delivers. All tied at 6.
Well, how about these guys coming off the deck not once but twice tonight. And here in the 9th, off one of the game's best closers. Right, JJ with a fastball. He centers on it. It eats up Uribe. It might have got a piece of the glove of Wilson. And J.J. Hardy ties it up. A smidgen from being a double play ball.
And Wilson almost caught it. It caught a piece of his glove. Now Braun at the plate. And the speedy Corey Hart in scoring position. A base hit wins it. And Braun takes a strike.
On 2 guys in baseball you'd rather have coming up than these 2, Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder.
The Crew has tied it in the 9th. They've come off the deck twice in this game. They were down 4-0. Scored 4 runs with 2 outs in the 6th to tie it. and now have answered a 2-run Giants ninth. Now Braun trying to end it. This is a matchup you pay to see right here. Two of the game's best at their position. The National League's leading closer, 20 saves, but a blown save tonight. Big cut from Braun, 98 miles an hour.
Now you notice the fastballs that the Brewers were able to get base hits on down in the zone. You're not going to catch up to a fastball up there with that velocity. Ryan Braun, a very good two-strike hitter.
Some of his biggest hits in his short career have come with 2 strikes. Hart the winning run at second base. Braun takes a fastball upstairs, 98. Boy, Wilson is just reaching back and throwing as hard as he can.
That because up till this point, the Brewers have laid off that slider pretty well.
Sellout crowd, over 42,000. Coming back to it. And Braun down on strikes. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Wilson. And here's Fielder. Wilson throws Braun a 92-mile-an-hour slider. 92.
Yeah.
Back in the 6th, Fielder. A 4-0 game with 1 swing made it 4-3. Did it with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Now 72 RBIs for the year. Strike. Four times Fielder has ended the game with a hit. None this year. Winning run at second. Fielder down the line. That is a foul ball. That's your ball game. Corey Hart scores, and the Brewers come back and win a thriller. What a game! What a great game it was as Fielder gets mauled. How about that, Rob?
I'm telling you. What a ball game. It had everything. Had the highs and the lows. The Brewers come from behind.